All right, so this is gonna be a 9 and 10 combination video. Workout number 9 did get done yesterday. It was pull day. I did lat pull downs to start, and by the end of 3 sets of lat pull downs, I already had a back pump. So, I mean, that was a great way to start the workout. After that, I did 3 sets of neutral grip pull-ups, close pull-ups, neutral grip pull-ups, whatever these are. Then I jumped into biceps. I did some incline dumbbell curls, really got the stretch and a nice squeeze at the top as much as I could. I've got, like I keep saying, there's definitely something going on in the muscles or in my shoulder. I'm not really sure, but my right arm definitely just something doesn't feel right while I'm doing it. Like I'm not engaging as much muscle, or maybe it's just really weak, and over time it will strengthen. So I basically go off of how strong my right arm is and let my left arm just follow, and hopefully over time my right arm will strengthen up and I'll be able to make gains on both arms. So did some bicep movements as best as I could. Felt pumped, felt like I really did get a good bicep workout, but my biceps are never like super sore, super crazy sore. I remember when I first started working out years ago, sometimes my biceps would be so sore I couldn't even open my arms. I have yet to have a bicep workout like that, which I'm not sure is a good or bad thing, right? I mean, I don't know if you should base your gains on how sore you get, but we'll see what happens over time. It's really the only way to tell. So biceps, and then I went into some dumbbell pullovers to get the stretch in the lat and really let that dumbbell pull my arms back. Then I did that and some pulley pullovers where I really focus on the squeezing of the lower lats. After that, I went into some rear shoulders, and my first set of shoulder flies with the pulley, I do single arm because again, there's an imbalance. I do single arm, and my first set, I couldn't really feel it, but something clicked in my second set in which I really felt it in my rear shoulders, like really nice. And I just kind of focused on keeping my elbow straight and pulling my elbow back, and also not letting it pull my arm so much forward that it was causing me to use some front shoulders. So that was nice, that little learning lesson. I got to make sure I remember that tip and go into the workout, go into my next back day, pull day, you know, ready to do that movement again, and hopefully master it to where my rear shoulders are getting a nice, you know, fatigue, failure, muscle tear, whatever it's going to take to grow, that I engage that muscle when I need to and am meaning to. So did rear shoulders, did some strugs, and then I pretty much called it after that. So day 9 was pretty much successful, just with regular life going on. Didn't have time to make the video. And then today, with life going on, as you can see, I didn't get to the gym till 10 o'clock, and it was leg day, and I had a pretty rough time even leaving the house. I think I procrastinated from about 9 o'clock till 9:40, just doubting that I was gonna go, not going, not going. And really I just decided to go because, well, I spent most of my life not going, and if I had enjoyed the outcome of that decision, I wouldn't be here. So yeah, I went, I got legs done, and it ended up being a really important day because I learned a couple lessons. Well, maybe just really one lesson that I already knew, and it just took today to make it happen, but let me get into it. So it's leg day, of course. I'm here, I made it. So I definitely built up some mental fortitude for forcing myself to come when I really thought I wouldn't. I mean, I was really on the cusp of not coming. But I got myself here, and honestly, if I had not come, I would have felt terrible in the morning for not coming. It would have probably ruined my day. I would have told myself I'm a piece of shit 1,000 times. But now that I've come, I mean, tomorrow's just going to be a fantastic day, and it's a scheduled day off. So, I mean, it was definitely the right move to come, but it's really easy to not make the right decision sometimes. And maybe that's what's supposed to make life so fun, right? But yeah, today's leg day. Went ahead, hopped on the bike for about 5 minutes to warm up my knees and my legs. Hopped on the laying leg curl machine to warm up my hamstrings. And then I went straight into this V-bar squat hack machine that they have here at this gym. And, you know, I thought it was going pretty well. I really felt it in my quads. I had 25s on each side, felt really good. 35s felt really good. Then I put 45s on each side, and I tweaked my right knee. And thought it was gonna be all right. Waited a couple minutes, tried to do it again, couldn't. Lowered the weight back down to 25s. Tried to do that, couldn't. Kept feeling like a weird pinch. Nothing crazy, like my knees probably gonna be messed up for a couple days, but more like maybe it'll be extra sore tomorrow, and by the next leg day it should be healed. Especially because I didn't really push it. I mean, that pinch felt too weird for me to want to push through it. So, but I think I still got a pretty good quad pump before I ended it. Probably not as good as it could have been, but that's okay. But I kind of already should have seen this coming. I mean, I've done nothing but talk about how I have a huge imbalance in my legs, how my left side is way weaker than my right side. And lo and behold, I'm doing a pushing movement that requires both my legs, and my right knee, you know, gets tweaked. Probably because I'm putting more of the pressure on my right side. I should have seen this coming. It's kind of the same deal with my right shoulder, I believe. But it doesn't matter, you know. The fact that I had some inkling that this was the case and I still kept pushing the two-legged movements is ridiculous. I mean, a friend of mine at the gym had recommended I do single leg stuff about 4 times already, you know. Sometimes I can be a little hard-headed, but I do hear you. So after that, I went into the yoga room they had here, and I just messed around with some single leg stuff, and I found like this little step stool that was maybe a little bit below my knee, probably like 3/4 up my shin. And yeah, I kind of just put one foot up on it and kind of, I guess, pushed up with that one leg, and then lowered myself down as slowly as I could. And yeah, that fucking, I basically did that to failure after only like 5 reps. So for sure I should be starting on something like that and less on these weighted machines. I mean, my lower body really has not been taken care of, or, you know, worked to a point where it's going to be able to do these movements. I mean, I can't expect my lower body to do what I have not prepared it to do. And so I'm gonna have to start from the bottom of single leg squats on like a platform that's maybe 6 inches off the ground. And that seemed to be enough. I mean, when I tell you I got to failure and it was tough, I mean, 5 reps was all I could probably get, and they were a tough 5 reps. Granted, I had already done, you know, the quad exercises on the hack machine, but still, 5 reps, no weights, no nothing. I think that's gonna definitely be my new squat for a while, you know. Once I master that and I feel strong, then I'll probably go back to double-legged stuff. But I think single arm, single leg stuff's gonna probably be what most of my workouts consist of right now, to like build some kind of equality in muscle strength, size, abilities, as well as flexibility, because for sure half my body is less flexible. I definitely feel tighter on my right side than my left side, and my hamstring all the way down to my calf, my lower back. I mean, I've got a lot of work to do, and I'm glad I showed up tonight and showed myself that I am prepared to do the work. So leg day was still completed and valuable lessons were learned. Hopefully my knee does not suffer any dire consequences from today, and I'm back at it come next leg day. So I'm actually excited for leg day with that one movement being added. I think I didn't like it before because I knew doing these half squats was not ideal, and yet I kept pursuing it stupidly. But it's kind of what learning is, right? You got to be stupid before you get a little smarter. So single leg stuff for sure. Definitely gonna do those single leg squats. I mean, they felt really good, and I think rather quickly, with as consistent as I plan to be, I think rather quickly will I make great gains in strength and flexibility in that movement. I don't think it would be anything crazy like years of work to finally be able to squat. I think if I start there and I'm really consistent with it, I feel like in no time at all will I be stronger and more able to equally apply force in those two-legged push movements with the legs. But yeah, pretty excited for leg day now. I've got a couple calories left for my day. I have still been sticking to the 24 to 2,500 calorie mark, making sure I definitely hit my 175 grams of protein. Sometimes I miss a little bit on fats and carbs, but 24 to 2,500, I mean, 50 calories isn't going to make or break anything here, and I'm not trying to bulk anything too crazy. I've got a significant amount of body fat, so I'm not trying to bulk crazy, but my weight's basically been staying the same and my body composition has been kind of changing, so I seem to be eating enough for the most part. Probably just gonna try to switch some of the cookies and garbage that I eat for more fruit and whole foods, more for my stomach than anything else. But yeah, diet's been going pretty good. Been keeping track of my calories. It does get easier the longer you do it, and the more, I kind of remember most of the macros and the things I take in daily, like my steaks, my protein powder, eggs. You kind of get in a routine of tracking that most of the things you eat, which is the same like 6 meals, if that many. It's not that many for me. It's like one meal over and over again. It gets easier for sure. But yeah, so I still weighed 195 today. So no real weight gain or loss. I mean, about 192 to 195 is about where I fluctuate for the most part. So I don't see myself really having to add or take away any calories right now, but we'll see as time progresses. And yeah, again, excited for legs, number 10. Looking forward to, my day off, I guess. I was thinking about doing cardio on my rest day, but maybe not. Cardio, although I know it has immense benefits, I think taking my kids to the park will have to count for now. And as time opens up, for sure. Like, cardio is not something I'm against. I actually love the way it makes me feel mentally as well. But if I'm going to pick one or the other, I'm going to go with lifting. Because, yeah, lifting is what I would choose if I only had one chance to go to the gym. And so that's what I'm choosing here. And with that being said, because time is so fleeting and there's only so much of it in a day, I will now be attempting to go to the gym at 5 in the morning. So that means up at 4:30, probably more like 4:30, to hopefully be in the gym around 5. So that way I'm home by 7 the latest, and then start my day from there. And that way the gym doesn't have to interfere with any part of my daily routine, errands, finance, nothing. It can't get in the way because it's out of the way before the day's even started. And with that being said, I'm gonna need some luck here and a little, I wouldn't say luck. You know, it's not really luck. It's more self-discipline. You know, the same way I got myself to come to the gym is the same way I'm gonna have to keep making myself come to the gym in the mornings. The same way I'm gonna have to make myself, you know, not overeat the 2,500 calories. The same muscle has to be used to not stay up past 9:30 on the nights before my morning workouts, knowing that I have to at least get 6 to 7 hours of sleep for, you know, any kind of recovery. You know, if I want to keep up with this consistency, I need to recover. And sleep is essential for recovery, for sure. So, with this new schedule, I'll be going first thing in the morning on Friday. So tomorrow night will be a 9:30 p.m. bedtime and a 4:30 a.m. wake up. It's time to really show myself what I'm made of and how bad I want this. It is now 11:50. If I go home now, get my last little bit of macros in, be in bed by 1, 2, be up by 6. Probably not gonna get the best amount of sleep tonight, but tomorrow is a rest day. I won't have to go to the gym, so maybe I'll just do some breathing exercises and see if that improves recovery with no sleep. I think I heard that on a podcast at one point, that there is breathing exercises that can put you in some kind of recovery state even with lack of sleep, but that could be totally made up. I don't know. I'm not gonna bother verifying that or not. Good night, and from now on in these videos, it'll mostly be good morning, unless it's the weekends. So, good night.